Welcome to episode 3 of Teacher versus Student. I am your host, Mr. Waddell, followed by
Caden Peterson.
yourself.
Yes.
I haven't come up with any topics because Caden said that he had enough topics for our conversation. So I'm going to take a leap of faith here and put the conversation in Caden Peterson's hands. Why do I do this to myself? Caden, what are we going to start with?
So, one of my topics, one of my topics was, one of my topics.
Can I just say for those of you listening at home, for some reason Caden came in dressed like a Saudi Arabian Sikh.
No, businessman.
Businessman.
I discuss oil and business and money.
Okay. All right. Is that what we're talking about for the podcast, or do you have something else?
I mean, it's already out there, so I guess. Sure.
I feel like that conversation wouldn't be going very far. Or if it did, yeah. Okay, so what are you thinking of? Were you bogged down by thinking about space as we are talking about our planetary research project? That's what we're doing for pretty much this whole week. Any thoughts on that? Any questions you have about the universe that you'd like to throw out there?
Yeah, so yesterday, I guess Thursday, since you guys won't be getting this until Saturday. It's a good look, right? Yeah. So, but we were discussing the universe and the philosophies and sciencey stuff. Why? I hit that so hard.
Caden just hit his elbow. Anyways, we were talking about the nature of the universe yesterday, and the idea that the universe is expanding. And now when people think about the universe expanding, the next question they ask is what? Where? What is it expanding into? And so we had probably a half-hour conversation yesterday about how it doesn't matter what it's expanding into, because the further away you go, the further back in time you go. So there's a point at what you think about the edge of our observable universe. That's so far back in time, you eventually get to the beginning of the universe where time didn't even exist. So that's why it's okay to say that the universe is expanding, and it's not expanding into anything, because time didn't exist. There's no possibility that something, not even space, will exist. So it doesn't matter that it's expanding into nothing, because it's inventing itself as it expands.
But the way you're saying it doesn't make sense. So it sounds like...
It's not supposed to make sense.
Why not?
Because we're humans, and as I've mentioned, we are concerned with reproduction and food.
That's a stereotype, but it's right.
Any thoughts on that?
On what?
Okay.
Wait, Mr. Madsen's intercom thing was right?
No. I was thinking about the universe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I had another topic that I really want to pass around the room.
All right. So the way you're making it sounds like if you could reach the edge of the universe and you just kept like going to that edge. So let's say this is the edge right here, and you're right here, but you keep going at that constant rate of just being on the very edge. Mm-hmm. And you say time hasn't invented itself yet because the universe hasn't created that space yet. Mm-hmm. But if you were in that very space, it would be like seeing when the universe was created, the Big Bang.
Exactly.
So it would be a really annoying like YouTube clip where it's like the Big Bang forever, and just a rewind of the Big Bang. The first time you'd be like, "Whoa!" So that's how the universe was created. But the 10th time you'd be like, "No, I already know this."
That's a really good analogy, actually, thinking of the universe as a YouTube video, because the further and further you go towards what you consider the edge, remember that that's further and further back in time. And space, there's such thing as time dilation, where the universe itself gets stretched like a balloon, and time starts to slow down. Now, eventually, if you go to what you consider, what your brain thinks of as the edge of the universe, there's still more universe there, but it's kind of like the YouTube video, where eventually it'll buffer, and then it'll play a little bit, and then it'll buffer, and the further and further towards that edge you go, the longer and longer it takes to buffer until you get to what's the edge of your universe. And because time hasn't been invented yet, it just sits there and buffers for all of time.
Yeah, but
Bella.
So if you go towards the edge and you go back in time, does that mean if you go towards the center, you go forwards in time?
There is no center to the universe. Everybody, no matter where you look, everybody thinks you're in the center of the universe. Imagine you take a deflated balloon and you draw dots on it with a Sharpie and you start inflating that balloon. If you pick any one of those dots, it looks like every single other dot is moving away from it because the space between it is expanding. It's not like they're moving necessarily, it's just that space itself is expanding or inflating. So no matter where you are, it looks like you are in the middle. It looks like everything is moving away from you. And similar to being on a boat in the ocean, you have your horizon. It looks like there's an edge to that ocean. But if you go to where that edge is, you'll find more ocean. And now your horizon will change. So there is no edge to the universe. There is no outside of the universe. There's no center of the universe. It's all based off of who is observing it. Perspective, or relative to you. And that's why Einstein was trying so hard to come up with the theory of relativity. That means that the universe is experienced differently relative to who is perceiving it. Time gets stretched and spread out. Judd.
Well, I'm just trying to say, so let's say the Earth is this balloon.
Yes.
And America and Mexico are the Sharpie. So wouldn't Trump kind of be like the inflation? He keeps building the wall wider and wider. And it looks like Mexico's getting further away, but it's not even moving.
Mm-hmm. Except in that analogy, you're not creating more space. You're actually decreasing space.
Well, maybe he gives like Mexico, Central America as like South Mexico.
And we just kind of expand our border into Canada because Canada's going to pay for the new wall.
yeah,
Well, yeah, we know those Canadians. They bring in bad things, apparently.
Yeah.
Free healthcare. How terrible.
Monsters.
Maple syrup.
Jesse.
So you know how, like, back a long time ago, everybody thought you could fall off the edge of the earth?
Yeah.
Could the universe be a sphere and we don't know it yet?
A sphere. So it's kind of a way to think about it, but our minds aren't used to thinking about 4 dimensions. So the universe is a 4-dimensional kind of entity. We have the x-axis, so we can interact left and right, the y-axis up and down, the z-axis, which is forward and back. So that's all of our spatial dimensions. And does anybody know what the 4th dimension is titled?
No.
Caden.
why are you pointing at me?
Because we talked about it yesterday. The 4th dimension is also known as
4th dimension.
time.
Oh.
So that's where it's okay
what?
that the universe doesn't exist in certain parts of existence.
Why would that ever be okay?
Time doesn't exist, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and why is that okay?
So, to get to your question, could the universe be a sphere? That's one way to think about it, inflating kind of like a balloon. But when you think about it like that, your brain thinks of definite edges, like a sphere. But because of the 4th dimension of time, that outer shell of that ball gets blurred more and more and more, where time slows down and slows down and slows down until eventually time doesn't exist. So you can kind of think of it as a sphere, but not with solid edges, because that would mean that there are galaxies riding on the outside or kind of on the skin of the universe. But no matter what galaxy you go to, you can always see more universe. So that sphere idea only works in a couple dimensions and not in all of the dimensions that the universe exists in.
Okay, so have you ever seen the movie Interstellar?
Yes.
Yeah. So when he, like at the end, sorry if you guys haven't seen this, but when he like sees his little girl in her room, like with all the little, whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's
bookshelf.
observing her back in time.
Yeah. Could like somewhere in the universe, is that possible?
You can observe back in time. We do it all the time. If you take a telescope and you look at any object, you're looking at it as it was in the past. You can observe back in time all you want to. You just can't interact with it.
Like he did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Caden,
About Interstellar, do you know how they said a wormhole? Like, are wormholes for one real? Or
on
can they-
paper, the math makes sense. Not literally on paper. As far as like the calculations go, there's nothing that says wormholes can't exist. Like it all checks out and physics allows it. But we've never observed one, we've never created one, we've never harnessed one, we've never interacted with one. But there's no reason they shouldn't exist, yes.
But how could the universe be a sphere if how he explained it in the movie? If like a wormhole, like he took the piece of paper and he folded it in half,
Mhm.
then he put like the pencil through it,
Mhm.
and like he opened up the paper again. Like you're pretty much going from there to there, at, like all in like one little like strip. But,
Mhm.
like how would that work if it's a sphere?
Because you have to add in the fourth dimension of time. Because you can bend time,
Mhm.
and so like you could temporarily, that's why wormholes are temporary, you could grab this part of the universe and this part of the universe and fold them together. But as long as you slow down time enough, it doesn't affect anything else. It's because it's relative to the wormhole.
But how would a wormhole be created?
No idea. Cole,
Wait, never mind.
Sealy.
Okay, so like back to Interstellar, when they were on the planet, and then the guy stayed in the ship,
Yeah.
or like the rocket ship or whatever, and they were there for
3
like half an hour,
3
but it
hours.
was like 23 years or something like
Mhm.
that. That's weird.
Yeah, so the planet that they went on to was so much closer to a black hole that space itself and time itself began to warp and wrap around. Again, the math on paper. The math says if you fall into a black hole or you enter a black hole, you will see the entire past and future of the universe unfold before you. You can only observe it, you can't interact with it, because black holes are punctures in the universe, where they are inverted. So the reason that 23 years passed on that planet is because they were so much deeper in that gravity well of a black hole that time was slowed way down relative to the guy in the spaceship. He was observing them and it seemed like time was going by so slow. He was aging like crazy and they were going super slow. But to both parties, guy on the ship and people on the planet, a stopwatch would still go 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. It's the space between them that gets stretched and is different for both of them. It's all of that math checks out as well. Cole.
So is that why when he wakes up after he gets like, what happens in the movie? He gets like somehow he gets out of the spaceship and he's like floating around.
Oh, yeah.
And then like they find him and they bring him back. So is he suffering from any problems? You think because like he's like they say like you're 127 years old and he looks like he's still in his 50s or something.
Because the time was relatively different. Because he was in a different part of the universe than they were. And so according to the doctors, he had been gone for 127 years, but because he was somewhere else in the universe, traveling at different speeds, he was experiencing time differently. So on Earth, it was 127 years or whatever, because he was somewhere else, traveling at different speeds. Time was slower for him. The faster you go, the slower and slower time is. So if you eventually get to the speed of light, time stops.
Well, isn't time like always the same? Like it's always going at the same rate, except everything else is changing. Like you can't change. Like, well, I know you obviously can't really like change. Like you can change gravity. No, you can't. And you can't change time because they're a constant thing. It's always moving. Like not moving, but like it's always there.
One directional. It's only progressing.
Yeah.
But depending on your speed, time can actually get squished or stretched and experienced by differently by different people at different parts of the universe. We actually proved this. I think it was in the 70s. What we did is we took an atomic clock where they took an element and they started letting it decay. They used its half-life, which is extremely predictable. A half-life, we did an experiment where we took the M&Ms and we shook it, and then all the M&Ms that had an M facing up, it should be about half, we took those out, and we figured out how many shakes it took for half of that to decay. So what they did is they took 2 atomic clocks, they put one in a lab on Earth, and they put one in, I think, a Concorde jet, like one of the fastest commercial jets there were. They started the clocks at the exact same time, so basically imagine a stopwatch. They started them at the same time. They let the one in the plane fly as fast as it could around the Earth, as long as it could, going faster and faster and faster. And the idea was the faster you go, the slower time is. And so they flew around, and then they landed back on Earth, and they compared the clocks. And the clock on the airplane was like a millionth of a second shorter than the clock on Earth. And it's like a fraction of a second, like a millionth of a second. But it's proof enough that the theory works. So as you get closer and closer to the speed of light, that clock will slow down more and more and more, but only according to the people on Earth. The people on the plane, their clock is still going 1,000 to 1,000. It's the space between them. It's the time that's getting stretched between them.
Well,
Seeley.
wait, what?
Okay, go ahead, Kaden.
But what if they would have accidentally started them like 1 millionth of a second off?
Atomic clocks are that precise.
No.
Okay. Seeley.
Okay, so in the show The Flash, have you ever seen it?
I have not.
Okay, so it's the Flash, the superhero, and he like runs so fast that he ends up going back in time. Theoretically, is that possible?
You would have to go faster than the speed of light. Physics says no. Because if you weigh anything, if you have any mass at all, the faster you go, the more massive you become, and the more resistance you have to moving. So if you weigh anything, the closest you can get to the speed of light is 99% the speed of light. Because if you reach 100% the speed of light, you become infinitely massive, which is not allowed by physics. So you can get to 99% the speed of light. So in order to get faster than the speed of light, you would have to have negative mass,
Oh,
which is not possible,
Yeah.
as far as we know.
So,
Elliot.
So no.
So you said if something can go to the speed of light, time can stop.
Mhm.
If like you theoretically got the Earth to go to the speed of light, would time stop on Earth?
Not according to the people moving on Earth, but according to a spaceship watching Earth go by at the speed of light, it would appear to them that the clock has stopped for Earth. But people on Earth would still live to be like 60 or 70, 80 years old. But it's because time for them has been stretched way out according to the observer. It's all about who's observing whom.
Obviously, last time I pointed out the whole thing about how Wally pretty much predicts the future
Yeah.
of America,
Yep.
and how they were so fat to the point where they could barely walk. But they say running is a great exercise. But if they kept running, that seems like they would keep getting fatter and fatter.
What?
But you said they get like more mass. Is it muscle mass?
Well, no, I think what he means is just you just theoretically gain more mass. You wouldn't get bigger and bigger.
Right. So okay. I guess I shouldn't have said mass. I should have said you would weigh. You would have infinite weight.
Yeah,
So if
but
you go to
that's
the
still-
moon, you still have the same amount of mass as you do on Earth, but you weigh different.
Oh.
It's kind of weight rather than actually getting more and more stuff.
Philosophy.
Go ahead, Ellie.
what do you mean by weighing infinitely? Like what?
Basically, it's saying it's impossible. Infinite weight is not possible. It's a concept that only exists in your mind. So having infinite weight doesn't exist, and that's why you can't go 100% the speed of light, because then you would get infinitely massive, or you would weigh an infinite amount.
Mr. Waddell.
Yes.
You can't spell impossible without possible. Philosophy.
Okay. All right. Well done. Okay. Yeah, Katie, and then I want to switch to a different topic.
Alright, about like infinite weight.
Yeah.
Like, What about gravity? Wouldn't that mean that you would stop being able to run, like in the like she was talking about the Flash? Because like you would weigh that much, then you would end up eventually stopping because
Yes,
gravity.
that's what that means.
So you just like stop moving, you just like fall over or something.
I don't know. I have no idea what the physics is at faster than light speed. Switching from space to fictional animals,
Yay.
Wait, Mr.
I would like to pass the question around. If you were to create your own perfect animal, whether it's taking characteristics from one animal and just gluing it onto another one, for example, a lion's head glued onto a rhinoceros's body for armor with cheetah legs that could hold the weight, or with sloth claws for hanging on to things,
Or killing.
and the ears of an African prairie dog for hearing. I don't know.
Why though?
For hearing, man. You can
Okay.
predators.
No, but
So
if that thing came at you, you wouldn't be afraid. You'd laugh. So a lion head, it's got like this gigantic body, then these little cheetah paws. It's going so fast. You're not even worried. You just stop and ponder
Have you
how
seen-
it does that.
The image that I just got in my mind is that video of somebody that made the animation where there's like the really, really overweight cheetah chasing the really, really overweight gazelle, like they've been inflated like balloons. That was super funny. Okay, what do you think about creating your own animal? What would your perfect animal be?
oh well, my question. I just had a question.
Okay.
So you're asking us to come up with some like an impossible, like an undefeatable animal.
Pretty much, yeah. What's your idea of the perfect undefeatable animal?
Mine.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You want some time to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ani.
Okay. Mine would be a, like, what's it called? A wildebeest. Like, half wildebeest, half, like, rhino thing, because rhinos are pretty strong, you know?
Yeah.
And they got, like, the horn things. They
Going
can, like-
extinct, by the way. Super sad.
Okay, well, then you guys can't shoot it. Okay, anyway, they'd have the big horn things, be, like, chasing you, and then you guys, they'd be really defensive. They had, like, these, like, acid, like, spit thing. It would kill you. So, and laser pointer thingy eyes. I don't even know if that's possible, but it's gonna be for my animal. So yeah,
Okay,
that's my,
I got
my
mine.
animal.
I got mine.
Bella.
Okay. I have no idea what this is gonna look like, but
I'll Photoshop something.
it's gonna it's gonna have. I'm thinking scales, not feathers. It's gonna have waterproof, fireproof, bulletproof scales, and you know. You said indestructible. When you say indestructible, I think bulletproof.
Okay.
What about machine gun proof?
And then that's why it's bulletproof.
You never know.
Okay, and then it's gonna be kind of like what is it? That mythical creature. Isn't it a hydra?
Yeah.
It's where you cut off its head and then it grows 2 more or
Yep.
3 more.
Mhm.
It's gonna be kind of like that, but it's not the same head. It's gonna start out with a head that breathes fire. And then you cut off that head. It grows back 2 more. One of them breathes fire. The other one, I don't know, maybe like acid.
Okay.
That would be really cool. And then you cut off those 2, and then the 2 grow back, and then a third one comes in, and it like barfs up bombs.
Okay.
Way better than mine.
What animal in nature barfs up bombs? Yeah, I know, but you should be taking like characteristics from real animals.
No, you said you can mash up characteristics, or
From
you
animals.
can create a different one. I'm creating.
Wait.
Okay.
Bella,
I
Bella.
mean,
Okay.
she's thinking
And
outside
no-
the box.
And think of like a really cute animal, like a puppy or a kitty. It'd be born as that, and then it would always walk around like that. But as soon as you threaten it, it just turns into this massive.
Satan.
So it can also transform.
Wait, so Bella, when you said like you cut off the head, the first thing before you said that, when you said like it's like cutting off the head and 2 more grow back, I thought you were gonna say. have that. Thank you very much. I thought you were going to say, once you kill it, 2 more grow out of that one. Like 2 more whole animals.
Become very top heavy.
Yeah. Oh, no. Not like just out of the neck. I mean like you cut its gut or something and it dies. 2 more grow out of
Like a
that
phoenix.
one. No, not like a phoenix though. That's just death reborn. This is like death multiplied.
Kylie.
Okay, so mine would be like a husky, but it would have the characteristics of a snake, but like a venomous snake.
Okay.
And then like it could move super fast, and it would be like bulletproof,
Fireproof, waterproof.
yeah. And it would be like it would be fuzzy, but it wouldn't be furry.
Okay.
Like it would have okay,
Makes sense.
it would be
Can I
like
help you with that?
yes.
Would it be like a person like you just shaved the head?
Yes.
Like okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mr. Riddell's hair.
So furry but short haired.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not done.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Almost out of time.
But it would have like it would be super pointy. So then if something tried to touch it, it would like
Porcupine.
yes,
Uh-huh.
it would try to it would completely kill it.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
like a very powerful defense animal. Carly.
Okay, so have you seen the movie Evolution?
No.
It's an older movie, and it's where like this asteroid like comes to Earth, and then creatures like are made and stuff. And one of them is like a super cute. It's like a dog that's all slimy and stuff, but it's super cute. It has like really big eyes. But this lady was like, "Oh, it's cute," and then pet it, and then ate her hand off. So like it would be a good like defense to have like it be cute,
Oh.
and then have
Yeah.
it opened its mouth and had another head come out and like eat it.
Oh.
that's
So
Also, if you're really cute, humans will take care of you.
yeah, so that's a way to get.
Ellie.
Mine would be like, it would have a wolf head and then maybe like a Great Dane's body because those things are gorgeous and like really big.
Borderline horses.
Yup.
Okay.
It would have like dragon scales and have like this awesome like spiked tail.
Like what dinosaur was that had like a long tail with a big spiky ball on the
It's
end?
Dinosaurus.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Dinosaurus.
Dinosaurus. Elliot.
Okay, so for my animal, if I was gonna be in a battle, I wouldn't make it very big. I would make it really like microscopic.
Opposite what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because if it's so small, you can't harm it, and if it's like a bacteria, it can multiply, and bacteria can be incredibly devastating.
Brilliant. That's a very kind of through the window
That's smart.
kind of thinking.
Silly.
That's my neighbor. Judd.
Well, I was gonna say it's like, okay, do any of you know what a mantis shrimp is?
Yes.
Yeah, with the-
The thing like
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, imagine like a spider with its little stabbers that can fly. Just think about that.
I will. Celie.
Okay, so I came up with my animals. Okay, so it's a gecko, or like the lizard that can change colors. That,
Yep.
there you go. And a phoenix, like the bird that burns up and then a new one comes out of its ashes.
White. Okay. So basically, it can never die.
Yeah.
It's always reborn
And
and
it can camouflage.
awesome camouflage. Caden.
Okay, mine would have a head of a chinchilla, then a gorilla
Could you please Photoshop that?
That's not okay.
Then it would have like those things that fishes have to breathe underwater.
Gills?
And it's like for like ears. Then it would have like scales and like it have like duck feet.
What even? A gorilla with duck feet?
What advantage?
Then it would have a cat tail.
Why?
Balance.
Yeah, so it'd have balance. Like, it'd be like,
That's not okay.
you'd run around and, like, kill things.
Mr. Woodell, real quick, how much time do we have left?
No.
I said we would be done 5 minutes ago. If you have rides waiting for you, you should go. If you're walking, you can say.
All right, so if we're gonna end soon, Elliot, do you have this stuff? All right, so I want to do one thing before it's over. So Elliot brought Bean Boozled.
Oh, dude!
Yes.
Yes.
Harry
okay.
Potter Bean Boozled. So
I'm into this.
If you don't know what Bean Boozled is, it's these jelly beans, and they all look delicious. Except here, they're different flavors. Some are good, some are really bad. Like there's this one, it's Tutti Frutti, or no, it's blueberry or toothpaste, coconut or baby wipes,
Okay.
peach or vomit. Oh no! Oh, I tried the peach one today. Ah. Burnt tire. No, it was the vomit one. Burnt tire in your mouth.
Yes.
Oh, and then so it was in science today, and Cole had a brown one, and then he had a black one. The brown one is either canned dog food, and like the meaty canned dog food, or chocolate pudding.
Which one was it?
It was the canned dog food.
That's too bad.
Oh, and then the black one, the worst. It's either black licorice or skunk spray.
Are we?
I feel like they're all bad ones.
So
Though.
he bit into that. Ah, it's so bad.
Are we tasting these, or are you
Yes,
just gonna talk
yes.
about them? All right.
So it's a risky thing because wait, are these the same? Yeah, Tutti Frutti. Yeah.
all right. All right.
All right.
Give me
all right,
one.
all right,
Give me one.
All right. Sweet. Okay. Yeah.
Are you? Oh, you're trying to set me up. You're not going to give me a random one. You're going to try to set me up.
No. I just.
Well, I know you're going to give me a bad one. if you're gonna...
No, it's not that I want to give you a bad one. It's just that I don't want to give you a good one.
What's the other option?
All right, let's see. Wait. Oh, they're both good. All right, I think I'll give you this one. Dang it.
So what's my option? I have the pink one. This is grapefruit.
Well, these are a little different. Some
They're Harry Potter
It's
version.
not like one or the other. It's just whichever one you get. It's one flavor. That is.
Don't tell me.
Try it.
Are they supposed to be bad?
No, that one's a good one.
Oh well.
It's candy floss.
What's candy floss?
Tastes delicious.
Exactly.
I like this game.
Now I'm going to look for. Who will have the honors of trying this one?
It's a brown one.
No, my ring. All right. Mr. Waddell.
All right.
I'm not going to tell you what this one is, but if I think I know what it is, it's terrible. It's
I need to cleanse my palate
it's so bad. I see the options right here. You're gonna die from this. It's gonna give you like colon disease.
I'm gonna get colon cancer from
Yeah,
eating
no,
this.
I never said cancer. I said disease. All right. No, try it. Just bite into it.
Everyone quiet.
What's it taste like? What's it taste like?
It's got a very aromatic.
Oh my God! Oh, I can smell it.
What is this?
Oh, that.
I feel like I've had this taste before.
That. No, you have. You probably have. That would be.
Is it dirt?
It's either dirt or sausage.
That's straight up dirt.
Oh, it's dirt. Okay.
That's incredible how much that tastes like dirt.
All right. I'm not gonna.
It's kind of like that smell when a glass comes out of the
Who
dishwasher.
would like to try this one?
It's got that sandy
All right,
smell.
You know what? No, Celia asked first. All right, that one I know which one it is. You're gonna die.
Okay, so I have a white one.
All right. Try it. No, just put it all in your mouth. Eat it.
Eat it for the podcast. It's like a cinnamon.
What? Cinnamon? No. Cinnamon?
Is it toothpaste?
No, that was supposed to be earwax.
No, that was soap.
That was soap? Oh, it was soap. Good for you.
It tastes good.
All right.
The dirt actually tastes pretty good.
All right, I think I found it. Just wait.
Yep, I tasted
These
it.
are
Who would like to
Elliot's?
try this one? It is Elliot.
Elliot, are you okay with these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Elliot. All right. Who would like to? All right. Caden did ask first. Which? Oh yeah.
All right. What are the options?
All right. No. Remember, it's not one or the other.
Oh, yeah.
It's just depending on which one you get. That's what flavor you get.
What color?
Eat it. Put it in your mouth. That. Oh yes. man.
What kind was it?
Sausage!
So glad I got dirt.
Oh, thank you. All right. Let's
All
see.
right, we have time for one more, and then we got to go.
One more. All
Tasted like the
right.
smell of
All
tar.
right. Oh, I want to. Oh, no. Don't choose. I must choose for you. Stop. No. All right. Yada, yada, yada. Oh.
It's starting to taste kind of bad
Oh.
now.
This is the sausage one, just so you know. Anyone willing to try? Anyone
do
want to do 2 at a time? Me. 2 at a time? All right. So Judd will get 1. Elliot, are you okay with us using almost all of these?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you will get this one,
Give him one.
this one, and I don't know what flavors these are. Do you just want 1 or 2?
One's good.
Okay.
So it
You
looks
want
like we've got a sausage and key lime pie.
Oh.
We've got some vomit
Oh.
and butter, maybe.
Okay.
And we have either dirt. Okay.
Who would like to try this one?
What is it?
Waddell.
Give her one too.
All right.
Oh, I bet that's popcorn.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Waddell goes first.
On
in your mouth.
3, 2, 1, we're gonna pop these in our mouth, and then we'll say goodbye. 3,
Yeah, you are going to
2,
die after this.
1. Give it a good chew.
Oh, yes! That was earthworm! Oh,
I
yeah!
don't know if this will make me feel better, but mine was really good. Mine was lemon.
Oh, yeah!
Well, that was an absolute mistake for everybody.
Sausage and green
For
apple.
everybody here at Teacher versus Student, this is Mr. Waddell and
Caden Peterson.
everybody else signing out. See you next time.
Versus